Hello and welcome to Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com. Now today we thought we'll try and discuss Sri Lanka's chances in the ICC Champions Trophy. Now to discuss this and to tell us a little bit more about it, we got two very special people. The first person should have played for Sri Lanka. He was so talented, captained the, I would say, many representative teams, but just didn't go on and make it to that highest league. While the next man played for Sri Lanka, and I thought he should have captained the country. Now, in both persons' case, it's been a missed opportunity. But anyway, let's try and talk about Sri Lanka's chances, and let's see whether Sri Lanka would also be missing a bus here, or whether Sri Lanka could try and win this ICC Champions Trophy. Welcome, gentlemen. Sajith, Fernando, and Jehan Mubarak, two very well-known teams, as you know, or two very well-known names, I should say, or faces. And let's start off with Sri Lanka's chances. Now, I know Sri Lanka has picked up 14 or selected 14 or 15 players to go in here. So you don't think Kusal Perera should open, or Jehan, do you agree? Sorry, I should have asked you that question.
No, that's fine. I think it's a toss-up between Dikwella and Kusal Perera. A lot of it will depend on the opposition we play against. We have two games against India and Pakistan, both spin-dominant attacks.
So just to stop you there, so do you think, in both of you, do you think in the Sri Lankan lineup we should play both Kusal and Dikwella, or just one?
Just one. I would say Upul Taranga has to play in there.
And he has to open.
He has to open. He's someone who can go on to score big innings if he does get in. Both Dikwella and Kusal Janit are of the same mold. They'll get you off to a good start, get the momentum to the innings, and Taranga can anchor the innings from the other end. That's my opinion. And also because we are playing against India and Pakistan, both spin-dominant attacks, I think...
But how effective will spin be England during these times? Do you think they'll go with spin?
Well, if you see the practice games and the games we played, we have got brilliant wickets. You know, when we
good batting pitches.
That's right, and we are playing two games at over, the best batting wicket in England. And also when we, towards the last time, the boys said they got brilliant batting wickets, which they didn't expect. So I think it's going to be the same. We are going to have a super batting wickets in the Champions Trophy.
Right, now we've got a factor here. The M factor, the Malinga factor. He's coming back into the side. He hasn't played an ODI game since 2015, November 2015. Now, there is this injury doubt. You're not very sure how Malinga will cope with the situation and the load he has to carry. What is your opinion? How critical is Lasith Malinga of today going to be in the Sri Lankan attack?
A big impact player. You know, we know he's a champion. So he's included in the Champions Trophy. You saw in the... for Mumbai in the IPL also.
But that's T20, Sajith, yes, 4 overs, but we're talking of 10 overs.
Yeah, I would play a 75% fit Malinga. If such an impact player, we need somebody like that if we are to win this trophy. So, like I said, you know, world-class bowler. It's a big inclusion, and hope he will be 75% fit even for me personally to play for Sri Lanka.
So, with Lasith Malinga, he thinks that he's an impact there. Are you happy with the faster bowlers selected? There is Suranga Lakmal, there's Nuwan Kulasekara. Some people tend to think that Kulasekara is slightly over the hill. So, whom would you want to go with, considering that the one-day game is about all-rounders, being about players who are not one-dimensional? Whom would you pick?
I would go with experience. I know Kulasekara has gone down in pace a little bit. It also depends on the options that we have. We have Malinga as a death bowling option, but we also need someone who can take the new ball.
Yeah.
And because we don't have, as Sajith said, an off-spinner or spinner who can bowl in that first 10 overs in the power play, experience there is going to be very, very important. And pace alone is not going to be sufficient. We'll have good batting tracks. It's Kulasekara, we have Nuwan Pradeep as well. Suranga Lakmal, I think, would be the #1 pick along with Malinga, and probably one other fast bowler, either Kulasekara or Nuwan Pradeep.
Interesting to try and understand what the combination is going to be, because Angelo Matthews, who missed South Africa and Bangladesh, coming back. So there is that bowling option. How would he fit into the jigsaw?
Well, I don't think he will bowl if 10 overs.
No, he'll come on and be
In
3, 4,
with
5
the new
over
ball.
bowler.
Right. So that's the thing. You have to choose who you're playing, your opponents, and I think two bowlers, you know, we know Australia, Gunaratne is playing, so they might have to share that 10 overs.
Now, the big question, Jehan, Sajith, to both of you, you were an ex-captain, coach, captain, still not coach, but have enough knowledge of what you're talking about, English experience. Now, we were told that Kumar Sangakkara was instrumental in a lot of good input, valuable input in picking the Sri Lankan squad, because he was able to tell the selectors or advise the selectors on the type of side that they should bring in. And they believed that Sandakan's inclusion was as a result of that. Now, what would be your combination? Now, 6 batsmen all around the 4 bowlers. When you say 6 batsmen, will it include the wicket keeper? We got, now I'm asking you a few questions. We got Thisara Perera, Sikuge, very similar players. Asela Gunaratne could bowl a bit of off-cutters, the only player bowler who could be called a off-spinner, off-cutter, no one else could do that. So what would, starting with you, Sajith, like what would be your combination? You can add on.
Well, Sikuge and Sandakan both can't play. So
can Sikuge and Thisara play in the same side?
Yes, but I think personally Sandakan should play because, like I said, he's
as a surprise factor.
That's right. I think that's why he was selected.
But then sorry, Sajith, if you're playing Malinga, Lakmal and Sandakan, 3 players who would be just bowlers. Now, is that the new strategy in this game? I mean, are they willing to go with one-dimensional players? I'm asking both of you.
Yes, definitely, because Thisara Perera is there. We can use him. He might not bowl the 10 overs as well. He'll have to share with Asela Gunaratne and Angelo Matthews. So I think we have seen now the one-day cricket, 300 runs are just easy as it goes. You know, everybody makes 300 runs. So we need that. If we can keep them, any opponents under 300, I think it's gettable for Sri Lanka batters.
Yeah, I think the key to containing batsmen or batting teams is taking wickets. With the new rules, with the new modern game, batsmen are always looking to score runs, take on the opposition. Only way to contain them is to take wickets. That's where Malinga, Sandakan and Suranga Lakmal will come into the picture. We can't do what we used to do, where we used to squeeze opposition, bowling the dot balls. That game doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, that is good. So what would be your combination? So 6 batsmen, who would be your 6?
Probably Dikwella Tharanga at the top, Kusal Mendes, Chandimal, Angelo Matthews, Kapugedera, and
that's the 6.
6.
You say 6, yeah?
6, and then Asela Gunaratne, 7, and then we've got a toss-up between Thisara Perera, Sikuge Prasanna,
8,
and Sandakan, Malinga, and Suranga Lakmal.
You're talking about one Kulasigra, where is he?
Yeah, so that's the all-rounders place. Whether they decide to go with the 4 fast bowlers, or Thisara Perera, or Sikuge Prasanna.
So you agree with
that?
Yeah,
I will not toss up against Sikuge and Sandakan. I will play Sandakan.
No, Sandakan is in there. Toss up between Thisara, Sikuge, and Kulasekara.
Yeah. So for me, Sandakan and Sikuge cannot play. For me, it will be Thisara Perera because if we are playing those only bowlers, like you said, we need that extra batter.
Right. So basically, what you're saying is 3 frontline bowlers: Malinga, Sandakan, and
Suranga Lakmal.
And you're going to use Thisara, Angelo Matthews, and Asela Gunaratne to bowl 20 overs.
Asela Gunaratne will be very, very important.
So 20 overs between those 3. That's right. So that's what you think will be your starting
lineup. It will depend on the opposition and the pitch as well.
You know who the opposition is. You know who the opposition is, South Africa.
So when we play against South Africa, we can afford to play another spinner. Against India and Pakistan, maybe we'll need to play another fast bowler or a batsman.
Spinner, you think you bring in Sikuge?
Maybe Sikuge Prasanna.
I might not bring him because there are so many left-handers in that side. So I might not bring.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will think otherwise.
Now I know you both agreed that 300, if you can keep a side under 300, it's a good performance in the modern game. But tell us what you think Sri Lanka's Achilles heel is going to be. Is it going to be their fielding, or is it their bowling, death bowling, middle order? Where is the problem?
I think we have a very, like I said, this tournament we have selected a good squad. It's just the fielding. Our fielding has been really down the last 2 years. We have been talking, we have been doing a lot of things. Sri Lanka cricket has been doing a lot of things to improve their fielding, bringing coaches, doing a lot of work down here. So I think if our fielding raise their standards, the players, then I think we have a very good chance.
Now, in the past, we used to have specialists. We used to have the ones in the circles. We should have the ones with the stronger arm fielding out. Do we have that type of options to pick from there?
Few, limited options. So we have to move those players from cover point to short extra cover in the first few overs to cut down the singles, take out run out opportunity or two, and then in the last death overs you have to move them to the outfield as well. So it's difficult to cover the infield and the outfield with 3 or 4 players. You need specialist fielders in the boundary who've got the big arms, who can pull out the dives and cut off the boundaries. At the same time, you need to have sharp fielders inside the circle to keep pressure on the batsman. Otherwise, the ring fielders are just going to sit on the 30-yard circle. They know they've got an easy single option each time. And the difference between a 10-run over and a 6-run over is a couple of singles that you can cut off and keep the batsman on strike for another ball or 2.
I agree. Now, finally, I'm going to put both you guys on the spot. What do you think Sri Lanka's chances are? I know Sri Lanka up against a very, very tough, in a tough group. 3rd of June, South Africa. 8th of June, India. 12th of June, Pakistan. Now, it's as tough as you could imagine. And let's not even talk about winning the ICC Champions Trophy. Let's talk about going to the next stage. What are your views about it?
Well, I think this...
Anybody's game?
No, this tournament is very, very tough.
No, I was just trying to give you an easy way out.
Very, very tough. It's Champions Trophy. I saw a lot of captains talking in their interviews saying World Cup tournament is a bit easier. You get time to, come back. But in this, that's why it's called Champions Trophy. You got to play like champions. Every aspect of your game have to be like champions. So very, very slim chances, or you could say, you've got to be
slim chances of Sri Lanka moving forward, or slim chances to a team playing in terms of making mistakes?
Yeah, the risk, it's, like you said, it's very, very slim for us to go, I think, all the way. Okay. But like Angelo Matthews said he's happy to go as underdogs. We have gone, I think, most of the tournaments we have gone being underdogs. So it's a good a way to head on to this tournament, and from there on take on by playing each and every game.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you agree or you differ?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be a tough tournament. The format is such, the best 8 teams in 2 groups. We do have a slight opening in that we are playing South Africa first. I think that's our best chance to win, get some momentum.
Is it because South Africa have already lost to England in a one-day series, or is it because of their fallibility in the recent past?
A combination of both. And Sri Lanka will feel more confident against South Africa than against India or Pakistan.
Also, they have been chokers in any ICC event.
Actually, Sri Lanka could be called chokers. They were runner-up in 2003, runner-up in 2017.
Yeah.
In fact,
but we've always managed to punch above our weight at major tournaments. And that's why the underdog tag suits us. We are happy to play with less pressure, less expectations on us. And with those expectations now on South Africa and Pakistan and India, that might work in our favor.
Definitely. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Sajith, Jehan, thanks for your thoughts. Thanks for your times. I'm sure viewers would enjoy what you said, and certainly some very, very pertinent points you made. So, well, that's it on the Around the Wickets on ThePapare.com. These are the thoughts of 2 of our experts, Jehan, Mubarak and Sajith Fernando. They tend to agree on most things, just about Sikuke Prasanna, Sandakan, just a few minor things. But by and large, Sri Lanka going in with underdogs. They might use that quite well, and it is also going to be a pretty tough tournament for Sri Lanka. Let me also remind you, now you can go to the ICC Champions Trophy Hub on www.thepapare.com/CT17 for all photos, videos, reviews, previews, and updates. So that's it on this special segment of Around the Wickets on thepapare.com. Until we see you again, it's goodbye.